Hey guys, it's Gus, and there's a common misconception about striking companions. I see it quite often in Alliance chat and in the forums, and it again goes back to the topic of augments versus strikers. The common misconception about striking companions is they die too much. Well, here's what we've seen from multiple tests that PC's provided me. Thank you guys. They can die 10 times in a fight or they can die 30 times in a fight, and they're going to do almost exactly the same amount of damage. And the reason being, I believe one of the reasons, is the majority of the companions being used in single target boss fights all have a damage slash bleed or tick over time effect. And that damage over time effect is usually over 80% of their damage. The rest of their hits don't really do anything. So, the hemophilic strike for the blaspheme assassin is a damage over time effect. And it mimics exactly what happens with you as a player, what your character will do. As an HR, I usually have at least one damage over time effect going off. And if I die, that damage over effective time will keep going until I release. If I use a health scroll, it will still continue to go. So in a really close fight, I will stay down for all 9 seconds and keep letting those damage over time effects go before I revive myself with a scroll. I did that a few times in Master Temple the Spider. If you go back a few videos, so we're gonna come here, and I have very low hit points right now. The reason being is if I have low hit points, my companion has very low hit points. So I'm at 36k item level. So I want this companion to die fast. So this video is significantly faster. So let's go ahead and get in combat. He's gonna attack me first, but as soon as she attacks, she'll get aggro. There we go. Now kill her. This will take a minute. Sorry. Actually, it won't even take a minute. It will be pretty fast because he's hitting her pretty hard. Okay, almost halfway done. As you can see, she has 4 bleed effects going on. And this is the same as true for the green scale bowman, the pseudo dragon, the Batiri, which are all common companions people are using. Now, okay, she's gonna die, and watch the damage on the screen. Here we go. She dies. See all that damage going on right now? She's dead, but she's still damaging the enemy. You see that? Yes. So the big hits that companions do still continue to happen even though they die. So they can die one time or they can die 30 times. And if they die right before they do their big hit, it will be the next hit they do when they get up. And generally, the majority of arc damage is going to come during artifact calls. And the companion is going to get that poison effect going during the artifact call and get big damage for you. Let me dismiss this and show you another thing about companions. Companions generally are not targeted by bosses, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So let's go ahead and summon the green scale bowman. And if I'm in Tower of the Mad Mage and they put chains on me during the fire phase, I'm gonna be running away from the boss. I'm not attacking, right? But the companion will never have chains. They keep attacking. When I'm standing behind the ice, guess who's in front of the ice? Yes, they're going to die, but still doing damage for us. If you're in the new trial and you're going to grids, guess who's not going to grids? They're still keep attacking. And you don't care if they die in the grids. They're still providing damage for the group while we're all trying to get to a safe spot. And you could use this for any scenario in any boss fight that the companions will keep attacking and doing damage for us while we're not attacking. And they're also a little bit smarter. Watch this. So this companion's gonna get aggro with the first hit. As soon as he attacks, there he goes. Now he's got aggro. Look at he knows what his range is, and the boss is not going to attack him because he'll stay out of range. See, he knows exactly. So they do have some intelligence, even though a lot of times they don't do what you want them to do. They will stay out of the range to be attacked if they can. You see how he's staying out of the range of his sword swing? If I stand a little bit closer, Oh, I can't attack. I don't have weapons on. He's standing right out of his range. And this is good stuff. There's no end game build right now that anybody has found where an augment build can do more damage than a striker build. The reason being is that we have a lot more sources of stats, and that's all an augment provides. There is one good thing about augment though. If you are trying to build a highly defensive build, you can still have all the same ratings as you would on a striker build, but you could put 21 or 27,000 points into defensive stats if that's what you're trying to do. And that's okay. That's great when you're learning, but once you've mastered the content, you don't really need those defensive stats for any content in the game. It does help you learn though. Um, we're getting so many ratings. We have the pack tactics, we have the runic aura, we have the mystic aura. We have companions giving everybody stats now. We have the consumables like shoot, I don't even know. I think I used the last of them last night. Like the this one, the guild the guild foods give us 4,000 of one stat and 20,000 hit points. We just have a lot of sources of stats of ratings in the game now. Well, we're good on ratings, so we don't need an augment to give us any more ratings. Unless we're doing a defensive build. So, like this Greenscale Bowman, he's only has two attacks. He has this attack he does once every 8 seconds, which is his poison arrow, and then he has Savage Shot that he does every 3 seconds. Well, Savage Shot does nothing for. I mean, it's like 10% of his damage. Most of his damage comes from poison arrow. As long as he gets that one off every 8 seconds, he's doing a ton of damage for you. And I don't know exactly what the damage is because it varies per for every player. The better you are, the less damage the companion's going to do in comparison to your damage. But generally, speaking, I've seen companions do between 12 and 15% of a player's overall damage in trial runs. And generally speaking, trial runs are the better players are a little bit better than you'd see in early game or mid game. If you're a support, like a healer or a tank, a striking companion can do twice your damage because a lot of times you're not attacking, right? You're doing heals or you're doing tanking stuff. So, striking companions are really good. And if they're dying, it doesn't matter because as long as they get off that poison effect that most of them have, or most of the good ones have, they're still going to be contributing even if they die. So it doesn't matter. Now, a lot of times they won't do what you want to do. They have really bad AI and they don't do what we want them to do, but they do a lot and they contribute to runs. And every content in this game can be ran with an augment companion. So if you do enjoy augment companions, you do you and you have fun. But if you want to do the most damage you can do as a DPS character, you're not going to be able to do it with an augment companion. If you got any questions or comments, please comment below. Stay classy, Neverwinter. See you soon.